Hawkeye episode 5 is now out on Disney Plus for you all to go and watch. This is the second last episode. We only have one more to go. So I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this episode because we got something huge in this episode towards the end. And there was a lot of stuff to talk about in this episode as well. So let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down in the comments below. Smash that like button for me and click subscribe as well. And without further ado, let's jump into this review of episode 5 of Hawkeye. Okay, so Hawkeye, episode 5. Look, I have been loving Hawkeye so much recently. This was one that I was not looking forward to the most out of any of them. But so far, it's ending, looks like it's going to end up to be my favorite one. And that is because of everything they are doing with Clint and even Kate Bishop herself. And now episode 5 just got better than all the other episodes. Like, there is so much here to unpack, from the reveal at the end of the episode to Yelena, and we're getting more context of what happened to her and who hired her is the big thing we got out of this as well. We also got to see Clint emotionally drained, physically drained, and just wanting to get this all over and done with. We got another big reveal for Maya as well from him, which is insane. There's a lot to unpack, so let's get straight into it. First off, the start of this episode, we got to see Yelena deal with what happened after Black Widow, where she's going through and saving everyone, to her getting dusted. We now know and have confirmation that Elena was dusted, and I thought the way they edited it and did it here was really, really cool, because it's exactly what it would be like if you got dusted. They got dusted and then all of a sudden comes back, and I love how they did the room, changed colours and everything like that, and just the way that she's dealing with that. I thought that was really, really well done, and it worked so well, and it was powerful. And when she's like, I need to speak to Natasha, can you help me? And she finds out that Natasha is no longer alive. Big things come from that. Anyway, then it kicks off. We see the stuff with Clint and Kate where they do the recap of the episode, and Clint tells Kate that she's got to go back. Kate tells her mum about Jack and all that stuff, so they arrest Jack, take him away, and he's adamant that he's innocent, he's been framed, and he's still smiling. Jack is one of those characters that's always smiling. I don't think we've seen the last of him. I think he's coming back for the final episode because some stuff happened, and I actually think he's the innocent one here now. I was on the fence whether he was good or bad, but I actually feel like he's actually caught up in all this and he's actually good. And I still think the Watch is going to come back and play a part in that final episode because it got mentioned again here. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Watch is going to play and how big of a role that's going to play. But we also catch up with Clint, and Clint talks to his wife about, I need to end this now because she has a list of everyone that I know and everything like that. So we get that chat with him where he's like, I've got to end this tonight. But the big thing here that happened as well is Yelena goes and sees Kate Bishop in her apartment, and I really like the exchange that they have here. Florence Pugh is so good as Yelena. She is just so brilliant on screen. I loved every moment with her. She was hilarious. I loved the way that she was joking with Kate and how she was just telling Kate, and like how she says, Kate Bishop. Like, she just uses her full name all the time, and she's like talking like, you kill me? That's the funniest thing you've said. Like, that was all good, and Kate gets the lowdown about why Yelena wants to kill and how she holds Clint responsible from what she's been told. But Kate is also trying to tell her, no, Clint isn't a bad guy. And this is where Yelena doesn't know the full story of what happened. Where Clint tried to save Natasha, but Natasha wanted to save him because he had a family that he had to go to, and she knew that he had to be the one to return, not her. She doesn't know that story, so it's going to be interesting when they come face to face and Clint unloads that, because we also see after Yelena leaves that as well, before Hawkeye, Clint calls his wife, he's there at the memorial for 2012 with all the names, and he pulls his earpiece out and he goes, Natasha, I want to speak to you. And you see him unload this guilt that he still has, this feeling of missing her and not having his best friend next to her, and how guilty he feels about her death, how he feels that it should have been him and not her. and that he's got to make up for all the errors and mistakes that he's done and what he's about to do. So I can't wait for Yelena and him to have that conversation and how that's going to go. Will Yelena forgive him and understand the situation, or is she just going to go all out and try to murder the guy? Now, we get the face-to-face. He dresses up in the Ronin gear again and goes to face Maya one more time. And obviously she doesn't come alone. He knocks all the goons out and everything like that. It's pretty cool as well. And then they have a big fight. And I really enjoyed this fight as well. I thought it was good. It was executed well. And it shows Maya how good she is, how she's been training for this moment. And then Clint does get her down and then tells her that it was her boss that hired him. Like, gave a tip-off about her father and wanted him dead. And that's why he came. And then obviously, she doesn't believe it. She flips role reversal, gets Clint down. She's about to stab him. Kate's there. Boom. Takes it out, and then he escapes. Kate and Hawkeye, they're gone, they're out. Maya then goes to her right-hand man, who was her father's right-hand man as well, and asks him, why weren't you at the meeting? You're the right-hand man. And this is where she starts, you can see, she's figuring out, like, okay, there's some truth to what he just told me. Because why weren't you at that meeting? If you're the second man in charge, you're the right-hand man, you're going to be at that meeting. But he wasn't. And then we see, obviously they go back there. Yelena is following Kate's mum. And then it goes to the police guy from the roleplay thing, who I absolutely love. I think he's hilarious as well. Kate's there with Hawkeye as well, and they're having a nice time, just living it up, because they think finally this could be the end, only for Kate to get a message from Yelena saying, this is who hired me. And then she goes, this is who hired Yelena, and then gives it to Hawkeye, and we get the reveal, the big reveal that everyone's been waiting for, and Hawkeye confirms that it is none other than Kingpin. Now, I know you're probably thinking, cool, that's Kingpin. But the big thing I think about this, and I know a lot of people are hoping that this is the case, is this the Kingpin from Daredevil? Because, gosh, I tell you right now, it looks like him. It looks like Vincent. And I know everyone loves him. I think, if I'm a betting man, and from what I saw, I think it is Vincent. I think it is him playing Kingpin. My only issue is it the Kingpin from Daredevil? Or is it a new Kingpin? So it's just him playing Kingpin, but a different Kingpin. That's the questions that I want to know. And if it is the Kingpin from Daredevil, I guess that's cool and all. It means I just got to watch Daredevil, I guess. But I'm excited for that, because I'm really excited to see what... Obviously, Clint knows this guy's like bad business, and we know what Kingpin is like, and we know, if you've seen the Daredevil series, how good of a character he is and how badass and how bad he really is. So it's going to be interesting to see him now moving forward. I know a lot of Daredevil fans are going to be happy. I'm 99.9% that it's Vincent. I'm 99.9% sure that it is him. But I'm 50-50 on whether it's the Daredevil one or a completely new character. So it's going to be interesting. I'm seeing Spider-Man No Way Home tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting to see if Charlie Cox turns up as Matt in that, which will be interesting as well, because then that means, is he Daredevil? Is he in here, or is it a different one? So I don't know, but let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this episode. I love this episode. I'm so excited for episode 6 now. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with Yelena, with Kingpin, with every piece that's going on. What is going to happen? I'm excited. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe, and guess what? Peace out.